All right, so another important feature of informational text is text features. We talked about how informational text can be things like newspapers or textbooks, manuals, things like that. So we need to remember what those text features are and how they help us as readers. So the first one is the table of contents. Okay, so this is very important because it tells us like the major parts of the book, what pages we can find those major parts on, what the main, points are. It kind of outlines everything for us and tells us what we're going to learn. So a table of contents is fantastic. It's a great place to find a lot of information. And kind of see how the author decided to organize the book. So that's your table of contents. Next up, we have subheadings. Okay, subheadings are things that divide the text. So like if you're reading a newspaper article or a journal article online, a website, anything, you'll see sometimes that they have these little bolded sections, and those are the subheadings. So that's going to give you a little bit more information and kind of divide a bigger article into little chunks. The nice thing is typically they're bold to make them stand out so that you can see them. And they really do help you, especially in a textbook or an article. If they include subheadings, it really helps you find the information that you're looking for because you can just kind of skim and scan until you see the subheading that you're looking for that information. Tables are next. Tables and graphs, a lot of times people like to kind of skip by those. They're like, oh yeah, there that is. But you really need to be looking at it because it gives you so much more information that the author doesn't have to write. They are showing you a picture of the information to really bring home what they're saying in their article. It's got all kinds of data and numbers and amounts. It really helps you compare the information that you've read with like a picture to get it in your mind, especially those of you who are visual learners. Don't skip those tables and charts. They are valuable. Lots of information in those. Next up is captions. A lot of times you'll see a picture, but you skip right by the captions. It's really important to read those because they just give you more information about the picture that the author chose to put there. And if the author took the time to include a specific photograph, then there's a reason. Okay, they don't just do it to take up space on the page. They really want to cement your understanding of what you're reading with a visual for you to look at. So if there's a caption under that, sometimes it could just be citing who took the photo, so giving credit as to not plagiarize, and other times there's a little bit more information under that picture. So anytime you see a photograph or a picture in a textbook or an article and there is a caption, make sure that you're paying attention to that text feature. Next we have a glossary. I love a glossary, but I'm an English teacher, right? So a glossary is great. It's a little bit more tricky for us because we're online and we don't have those textbooks in front of us. But remember your brick and mortar days. If you skip to the back of the book, you'll find a glossary that defines everything. Okay, some online pieces have a glossary mixed in with them. So just remember what a glossary is. It's like a dictionary of words and key phrases that you should know. Typically, it'll show you how to pronounce them and it will give you the definition as well. Index is the next one. That is also located at the end of a textbook or a journal article. And this is basically a list of information that is alphabetized that really helps you find what page number something could be on. So very useful if you need, one piece of information out of an entire textbook. You don't have to read the whole thing. You just go to the index and look at what you're looking for and go from there. I did want to say one more thing about the glossary. So a lot of times when you're reading, you might see a a little number or a footnote, if you will, under some of the things that you're reading. And then at the bottom of the article, there'll be words that are defined. Make sure that you pay attention to that too. That's a very important text feature for you to know, because that's the author trying to make sure that you understand the vocabulary that they're using in the information that they're writing for you. All right, so they're trying to help you out so that if there's anything that you don't understand, they can clear it up for you. So make sure if you see that footnote or that little asterisk by a word, that you look at the bottom of the page that you're reading to kind of clarify an understanding. So those are our text features, and they again go hand in hand with informational text.